Hello and welcome to Andrew's Lab. Today we'll be talking about ALS, which is a neurological disease that degrades motor function. Before we begin, I would like to go over quickly of the outline. What is ALS? How does ALS occur? Model organisms in the study of ALS, and treatment. Now with all that said and done, let's get into this. What is ALS? Which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is a nervous system condition which degrades the motor function of an individual, which affects the spinal cord and the nervous system, which causes the loss of the function of those muscles. Typically, it starts with the upper body working its way down, described as a progressive wasting of muscles, which then starts to affect different muscle groups, such as the respiratory system. Depending on which muscle group is affected, this will change the rate of decline of the individual. ALS is considered to be a fatal disorder. Though researchers have been looking into the genetic side of ALS for a cure or solution to prevent or help people with ALS. However, as I said, there is no cure on the market. But what is going on? 10% of cases of ALS can be traced back to hereditary issues with autosomal dominant inheritance of ALS, meaning a mutation of the X sex chromosome of a single parent is passed on to their child, leading to 50% of the newborns inheriting the trait. This can occur in both genders. However, it is more common in men than women, with figures showing a 20% difference based on gender. While the remaining 90% of individuals show they have no familiar relationship to their ALS. ALS in this form is seen as heterogeneous, with many potential genes causing ALS, or multiple genes at the same time causing ALS. The most common genetic cause of this is from a hex nucleotide repeat of C9OR72 genes, which can be seen in 30 to 50% of individuals. This specific repeat has also been traced back to other neurological disorders, such as dementia. Other mutations that can occur are the SOD1, which is a mutation of the copper zinc sodium oxide demutate, and which accounts for 10 to 20%, and 1 to 2% being passed down. NEK1, which is both sporadic and familiar forms, around 3% for both. TPT43 mutations, which is the mutation of the DNA binding site protein 43, which causes around 4% of cases, and FUS, which is fused in sarcoma. However, there are many other mutations in the body that can occur that can cause ALS. The most common way is from DNA damage or from mutation. There have been specific genes that cause ALS and still remain unclear between genetic subgroups. These mutations have the chance to cause something that's known as chase R loops, which increase genomic instability of the DNA. Currently, it is hypothesized that ALS has a lot more to do with environmental causes than any other cause. The most common type of model organism used are rodents and mice. This is because, like humans, they can have a mutation in the SOD1 gene, and rodents were also the first lab model organism used for ALS. It is widely used because the SOD1 gene is very large and is able to be manipulated quite easily for gene therapy and stem cell therapy approaches. There are other treatments available, but none of them have shown a long-term beneficial effect on the progression of ALS or the survival of the individual. There are many effects that ALS causes, such as difficulty breathing, major discomfort, as in cramps, respiratory issues, and speech loss altogether. All of these can be managed by using pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical methods. One famous example is Stephen Hawking, who has had ALS, but was able to outlive the odds and create something special. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you for listening. Well, here are my references. There they are. Sorry if I sounded very nasally during this. I'm currently fighting COVID, so that's always fun. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.